Hi, Brian here. In my last video, I talked about 7 things I wish I knew when I was just starting, and today I'll be talking about the tools that you need to get so you can start producing music. This is the third video of my 28 days later music production course, where I will be uploading a video every single day for the next 28 days, where I'll teach you all the aspects for becoming a music producer, from learning how to create entire songs to developing your brand and creating a business plan. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I want you to know is that nowadays the equipment for music production is so cheap. I mean, you can build yourself a mini studio at home for like probably $500, maybe even less. And when it comes to software, there are a lot of free options that are really high quality. If you haven't, check out this video by Andrew Huang, where he creates an entire song with a complete start. The tools I would recommend you are either free or really affordable, while being high quality. So let's start with the absolutely essentials. The first thing that you are gonna need is a computer. So there's this huge debate on whether you should go for either Mac or Windows. I use both platforms and each one have their advantages and disadvantages. But if you are someone that is just starting and does this more like a hobby, I will just recommend straight go with the computer that you have. Unless your computer cannot handle this kind of software, then yes, go ahead and buy a computer or a laptop. I bought a used 2012 MacBook Pro and it's been working really good. I mean, it's not amazing or anything, but considering I spent like, I don't know, $300, $400 in the laptop, then it's been really good. Our next essential tool will be the music production software, and there are a lot of different options. There's Fruity Loops, Logic Pro, Pro Tools, and many more, but personally I use Ableton. There's one more version that is called Ableton Live Lite that comes included with some of the equipment I'm gonna be recommending you later. So if you wanna use that, then that's perfectly fine. But if you can spend $99 for getting the intro, then I would recommend you getting this. There are also some free options that you can choose from. The most popular one probably is called Reaper. I personally haven't used it, but I've seen a lot of people that really like this one here. The only free music production software I have used is called SoundBridge, and it's really good. I really liked it. I didn't stick to it because I prefer Ableton, but for being a free music production software, is really good. Ultimately, I would recommend you getting either the Live Intro or the Live Lite, just because it's the same program I'll be using for this entire course. Of course, you can still follow if you don't use Ableton, but it's just gonna be much easier if we are on the same page. Our next piece of essential equipment is gonna be the audio interface. It's this little box, you've probably seen it before. What it does is that it will handle the audio that is coming in and out from your computer. The most popular one is the Scarlett 2i2. I've used this one before. It's good, it's really good, and probably the one that I will recommending you. Other option is the Complete Audio 2. It goes for a similar price. I think it's a little bit cheaper, but is as good as the Scarlett 2i2. Both of these come with the Ableton Live Lite version, so you should get the DAW that you need by buying any of these. Our next essential equipment, it's gonna be either studio monitors or headphones. I don't recommend you using speakers because they tend to color the sound. Like for example, there's a lot of speakers that will add a lot of bass to the music just to make it sound better. But when you are producing music, you need the audio that is coming through the speakers to be as flat as possible, and that's the purpose of the studio monitors. If you are just starting, most likely you will have your studio at home. If you can make some noise without getting any complaints, then definitely go for the studio monitors. If not, better go with the headphones. I would prefer that you spend your money on a really good pair of headphones rather than speakers if you are not gonna be able to be loud. Of course, if you can buy both, then go for it. It will be helpful to have both, but it's not necessary. You can have either of them. The studio monitors I will be recommending you are the Mackeys CR3s. Normally studio monitors you will get it for around $250 or $300, but I think a pair of this is more than enough at the beginning. And for my headphones, the recommendation will be the Audio-Technica ATH-M20X. I also have one of these and I really like the sound. It's not anything amazing, but for the price they are really good. And for our last piece of essential equipment, we're gonna get some cables, specifically 1/4 inch cables. I would recommend you getting from the brand Hosa just because they are affordable while being really high quality. You can get cables that are much cheaper than this, but they tend to break much faster. These cables are the ones that you're gonna use to connect either to an external instrument or to your studio monitors if you decide to go with those. Our next cables are gonna be XLR cables. These are mostly for connecting to microphone, but depending on the studio monitor that you decide to buy, then you can also use this for connecting to the speakers. Okay, now let's get into less essential equipment. If you cannot get any of this, it's fine, but I would recommend you getting this as soon as possible because it will help you tremendously. The first thing I want to recommend you is a shortcut skin for your keyboard. Learning shortcuts is really necessary if you want to improve your workflow, and this is an excellent tool for that. When buying this, just make sure that it's the right one for your keyboard. Okay, so our next tool will be a MIDI keyboard, and the most popular by far is the Akai MPK Mini. You've probably seen a lot of producers using this one. It's really good, but I would recommend you getting the Arturia Minilab MK2 just because of the software that it includes. But either way, you should be fine with any of these two, and they are around the $100 price, so you should be fine with either of these. If you're gonna be recording vocals, then I would recommend you the Audio-Technica AT2020. I haven't used this one personally, but in my research I found a lot of people that recommends this one here, and it's only $99 though. It's really affordable when it comes to microphones. Okay, so that will be all for the equipment that you need to get. I just have two more recommendations that I would like to make you. The first one will be to get the complete start package. This is absolutely free. It has 3 synths that sound really good for being free. This, you can expect the usual high quality from Native Instruments in this. And my second recommendation is gonna be the website Cymatics. They offer really high quality sample packs, and they have a really good selection of free stuff that is gonna be enough to start creating your own beats. In fact, I will ask you to download the Cobra sample packs because we will be using this in this course. Okay, so that will be all for today. There are many more tools that you will need to get in the future, but what I've shown you in this video should be more than enough to get you started. Remember, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments or send me a DM. Please follow on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.